Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time coming across this channel, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. Thank you and God bless you. In today's video, I'll be teaching us a tutorial on how to sew a simple and very easy circle dress. And these are all the materials we would be using as shown on the screen. Because I needed a more bigger space to cut the fabric, so I moved to the floor. So take one edge of your fabric to meet the other edge of your fabric, just as I am doing here. So go ahead and mark your shoulder at your starting line. My shoulder is 14 inches divided by 2, 7 inches. So I went ahead to mark down 7 inches. So the place where you marked your shoulder, go ahead and draw a straight line there. After drawing a straight line, the next thing to do is to mark down your armhole measurement. My armhole measurement is 13, so I divided it by 2, 6.5, so I marked it down. After marking down your armhole measurement, draw a straight line up in order for it to connect with the shoulder measurement. After joining the line of the armhole measurement to the shoulder measurement, make a line at the side of the armhole measurement, just as I am doing here. After making that line, go ahead and take your French curve and make a curve at the place I am currently demonstrating at. Or you can decide to use a free hand there. Just follow what I am doing here right now. The reason why we're making a curve here right now is to make sure we get the curve of our armhole. Like I said earlier on, you can decide to use a French curve or your free hand to do this curve. So this is just me trying to show you guys how my curve was looking like after I did it. After doing that, the next thing to do right now is to determine how long you want this dress to be. So go ahead and place your tape rule on your starting line, which is also your shoulder line, and mark the desired length you want. Remember, the dress we're sewing is a circle dress, which also makes it a flared dress. So carefully place your tape rule at the starting line, which is also your shoulder line, and carefully move it round in order to mark your desired length round. The length I went for was 31 inches. So I added an extra inch, making it 32 inches, in order for me to have an extra inch for sewing allowance. Please do not forget to be careful when you are marking your desired length round. After marking the point for your desired length, go ahead and connect these points together. Don't forget that these points are curvy, it's not a straight point. So go ahead and connect these curvy points together. After doing that, the next thing to do right now is to determine how we want our neckline to be. So I would be coming in by 3.5 inches and I would also be coming down by 3.5 inches. After doing that, I went ahead to connect these points together. You can decide to use a freehand or a French curve to connect these points together. So this is me trying to show you guys how my neckline looks like after I had connected the points together. So the next thing to do right now is to cut. So go ahead and cut out your front piece of this dress. So the next thing to do right now is to make the back piece of this dress. So the only difference between the front piece and the back piece is the neckline of the back piece. So from the shoulder, come down by 1 inch. So after doing that, the next thing to do right now is to cut out the back piece of the dress. Remember, this dress is a free dress, so it does not need any zip at all. The next thing to do right now is to turn the necklines with a bias. So go ahead and turn the neckline of the front piece and also the back piece with a bias. After doing that, join the shoulders together. After I turn the necklines with a bias, this is what it looks like. After joining the shoulders together, this is what it looks like too. So the next thing to do right now is to attach our sleeves to the armhole of this dress. Because I would be cutting my sleeves together, I went ahead and folded my fabric into 4. So go ahead and fold your fabric into 4. So the first thing you're going to do right now is to make a starting line at the top of your fabric. So at the starting line, come down by 4.5 inches. After coming down by 4.5 inches, go ahead and rule a straight line there. This line we just drew will serve as our bicep line. So the next thing to do right now is to mark down the elbow line. So from your starting line, go ahead and mark down your elbow line. From my shoulder to my elbow is 13 inches, so I marked down 13 inches. After marking the points for your shoulder line, go ahead and draw a straight line there. The next thing to do right now is to determine how long we want the sleeves to be. The length I would be going for is 20 inches. So from the starting line, I marked down 20 inches. So on the bicep line, go ahead and measure what you have on your bicep divided by 2 and mark that down. And also add an extra inch for allowance. The measurement around my bicep is 11.5 divided by 2 is 5.75. So I added an extra inch, making it 6.75. So I marked down 6.75. So from the starting line, come in by 4 inches. So from that place you came in by 4 inches, place your tape rule there. After placing your tape rule there, divide that place by 2. You can decide to go ahead and divide it straight away, or you can decide to bend your tape rule like this, just as I am doing here. So this is just me trying to repeat what I just did all over again. So from the edge of your starting line, try and make a curvy line down to where we have the bicep measurement. You can decide to use a free hand or a French curve to do this, but I decided to use my free hand here. So after making the curvy line, this is what it looks like. I believe yours should be looking like this too, after you must have done yours. So this is just me trying to measure round to see if it's up to my armhole measurement. After measuring it round, I saw that I had 9 inches and my armhole measurement is 13 inches divided by 2 is 6.5 inches. So I have 2.5 inches extra, and that will be for sewing allowance. So the next thing to do right now is to mark down your elbow measurement on your elbow line. My round elbow measurement is 10 divided by 2, 5. I added an extra inch for allowance, 6, so I marked down 6 inches. So I went ahead to draw a line from my bicep measurement to my elbow measurement. So go ahead and draw a line there. So the next thing to do right now is to measure your round wrist on the length of the sleeves. The measurement around my wrist is 6 inches divided by 2 is 3 inches. So I added an extra inch, making it 4 inches, and I marked that down. After marking that down, I drew a line to connect the wrist to the elbow measurement. After doing that, the next thing to do is to cut. But before cutting, I decided to show you guys what the sleeves look like before cutting it. So go ahead and cut out your sleeves. After cutting it out, this is what it looks like. So go ahead and attach your sleeves to your dress. After attaching my sleeves to my dress, this is what it looks like. I believe yours should be looking like this too after you must have attached it to your dress. After attaching the sleeves, I went ahead to close the sides of my dress. So guys, go ahead to close the sides of your dress after attaching the sleeves. So guys, after sewing the sides of my dress, I decided to try it on, and after I tried it on, I noticed it was too short. So I added an extra 5 inches to make it a little bit longer. After I added the extra inches, I went ahead to hem the bottom of my dress. Because I would be adding gathers to the bottom of my sleeves, I did not entirely close up the sides of the sleeves. So I went ahead to cut out gathers using the fabric and also using a net fabric. So I attached them round at the bottom of my sleeves. So this is just me showing you guys the gathers I made for the bottom of my sleeves. So after attaching the gathers to the bottom of my sleeves, this is what it looks like. So we've come to the end of this tutorial. If you liked this video, please make sure you like, comment, share my videos, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you guys in my next video. I love you.